Okay, we're here once again with King Righteous. You actually get to see King Righteous on this one. We're gonna go into actual, what's happening through all out through the cities is, I'll say gang violence and how it affects the youth and how it affects our community and how it affects the youth and how it affects our community and how it affects, young brothers coming up and what ways that one can circumvent that. I mean, a lot of times people think they can't because, depending on what areas they in, they have to deal with these particular people, in a certain fashion. So, what's your opinion on what we're about to talk about?
Um,
Opinion on what we're about to talk about.
um,
Matter of fact, they see you, so you can
right.
let them know.
Well, what was the question?
How you deal with gang violence
Oh,
in this day and time?
yeah, I
Some
mean,
skull gang
it's a,
form.
it's a serious topic. You know, of course, where the black community is plagued with, gang violence throughout America,
Right.
and it's really, part of a homicidal or fratricidal, plot for us to destroy each other.
Right.
And but we just gotta come to grips, with ourselves as a people. You know, coming to the knowledge of self. What's going on, what's happening around us.
Right.
The politics. That's affecting us.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with, white supremacy. White imperialism.
Now, white supremacy. You would think that kind of, in a subconscious way, plays a factor into a lot of gang activity
Oh,
in
it plays a
ways.
major factor. I was just watching on the news earlier. I was stating that, Minneapolis, is, the Wall Street Journal had released a report. Once again, it's been known that this is one of the worst cities as far as um, equality for blacks in America. The Twin Cities,
Mm.
Minneapolis and St. Paul,
Mm.
is number one on the list as far as inequality and disparities.
You have to send me that link
Oh
on that. I
yeah,
got to read up on
yeah,
that.
yeah. It's real.
Mm.
So, but I've been here all my life, and it's like I've seen it, but not really understanding the language or the politics behind it. As a youngster coming up, you thinking, we're all the same.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, be happy. We're
Right.
not. But as you grow older, you learn the language.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you learn politics.
Hmm.
You learn, religion. You learn how the society operates, and it all ties into capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and everybody's trying to check a buck, regardless of the name, the title, whatever you
Let me
place
pause
it.
you real quick. Party time came in. He said, "It's tight, Daddy King Righteous."
What's up, peace, Vic?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, "What's up, P?" On
uh,
the first initial thing, he said, "What's up, P?" He
right.
said, "Yeah, it's tight, Daddy."
What's up, homie? How you be?
So yeah, how you said how so many things it ties into. I mean, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
Yo, it's
you
all
was
good.
chiming in.
But yeah, it's man, it's just a lot of stuff, that we're faced with, you know, that we gotta get a grip with and just try to overcome a lot of this stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as what we was talking about, the older heads,
Right.
reaching back to the youngsters, you
Mm-hmm.
know, uh, I mean, if you've been in the game, if you've been out here, you should have something to tell them.
Right.
I mean, I talk to a lot of OGs, cats my age or whatever. First thing come out their mouth, we staying out the way.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying? And I'm basically what you're saying, you gave up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I wouldn't be personally who I am or have the man that I am if it wasn't some older head breathing on me.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So that's what got me to to the halfway mark. to the third quarter. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I had some older cats breathing on me.
Right.
You know, so
Now, I mean, I know it's a mantra that a lot of some, I won't say a lot, some youngsters use. Like, well, I don't need no older guidance. I feel I'm leading my life, where I'm at right now, good so far. Where I don't need a OG. I mean, coming up, we knew types like that, and a lot of types like that didn't last long with that
yeah.
type of thinking.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say you got those that's stubborn,
Mm-hmm.
arrogant, and set in their ways or whatever. And basically, like you can't tell me nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just more of a pride thing, because the average youngster, average cats in the street or in the game or whatever they're doing,
Right.
yeah, they look for guidance.
Hmm.
But if you can't if you can't talk their language or relate to them, then they might blow you off or whatever. But if they see you repping what they repping, whether it's offense or defense, what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, whatever side or part of the game you're playing or whatever position you hold,
Right.
and they see you repping that, oh, they're gonna gravitate towards you.
Hmm.
It's natural. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, whether you're a gangster, Mac, pimp, hustler, whatever,
Hmm.
they're gonna gravitate towards you because they like, man, you know, that's what I'm trying to do. You feel
Right.
me? So they seek that knowledge, that wisdom and understanding. So basically, if you're out here, trying to come up, on the corner, they want some guidance,
Mm-hmm.
some instruction so they can make the proper production.
Hmm. That makes sense. Now we had Joe Frank come in. He said, "I'm back in the house." That's what's up, Joe Frank. I see there's 7 other people in there. I mean, if y'all got anything y'all want to add to, this conversation we're having, hey, feel free. Matter of fact, you party time tight daddy. If you got something to say, I mean, you know, righteous. Add what you need to add to the conversation. But
What's up, Peyton? Where you at? You still in Florida?
hmm. Yeah, the last comment he said he's just chilling. Hopefully, he send a comment back through. The last time you talked with
Hmm.
him, he was in Florida.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. He said he's on the road. He's on the road right now.
Okay,
Huh.
okay. It must be nice.
Huh.
Right.
Okay. Larry came in. He said, "What's popping, y'all? What's going on, Larry?"
It's another day, another dollar, man.
Right. Matter of fact, like ties in. We were just reading about the little young rapper dude that done got indicted on them RICO charges. I don't know if y'all heard about it. Was it 6ix9ine
Yeah.
and what he's facing? Joe Frank said, "Just feeling the rhythm, man. I'm digging it. You digging what you laying down."
Yeah, a lot of these cats, man, is incriminating themselves with all this technology, with these cell phones and
Right.
Facebook and MySpace, and they're putting all their business online, and you know,
Showing all their money and
showing
everything.
they guns, and
Right.
that they ain't supposed to be having,
Right.
and just man, it's just it's a bad situation. They incriminating themselves, you know,
Hmm.
they're recording, things they're doing,
Right.
and it's just like it's getting them all caught up, in that spider's web,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not good,
Right.
it's not a good look.
Well, see, I think they're so going off of, man, I'll get so many likes
Right.
if I do this.
Yeah.
Just
Trying to
forgetting this is, yeah, it's reality,
this
but it's the real world, and you
right.
get caught up in something that you don't want, just like you said, the spider web.
Trying to become an overnight sensation, and it's gonna get you caught up, man. You're gonna lose your freedom.
Right. Tight Daddy said 6ix9ine shows a youth negative, and that's what you get back.
Yep.
Huh.
Most definitely.
Hmm. Yeah. Larry said he was just on the Breakfast Club. Yeah, I seen some links saying that he was on there. I ain't got to check him out yet, but
Yeah, I just seen an interview with him and Fat Joe.
right.
Yeah, Fat Joe was trying to school him on some things, and he was basically telling him like, man, just he said I'm an OG,
Hmm.
and it's like I know what they try to do to me.
Right.
They try to get me caught up in the situation. He said that's just what they're waiting on to catch you catch you slipping.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was trying to, breathe on him. Now look, so what can you do?
Right.
You know,
But to me, this is like almost like them. What's it gonna take to get certain people to wake up to all this stuff that's going on? Like you can't be doing this. You can't be moving in these type of forms and fashions.
well, that's complex, man. It's very complex, especially in this day and time. Because we come from a different era. You know, where it was sweet and things was easier to come by,
Right.
so to speak. And I think the youngsters, they want that same type of fame.
Right.
They want that same type of glory, but the game's not the same.
Hmm.
Uh, things just basically the whole dynamics of the underworld is a whole different ball game now.
Right.
Ever since 9/11,
Huh.
just everything just went you know haywire, so to speak.
Right.
So these youngsters, they playing with a whole new set of rules when it comes to this game. You know what I'm saying? That's on all levels. So, you know, uh,
Yeah, the brother Chief Nakaho came in and said, "We can't hear we can't hear him as loud as you." Well, I mean, he's not really talking real loud on this particular. Yeah.
topic.
And then
Right.
Larry said a lot of members can't stand that dude, so he got Floyd, old bodyguard. A lot of gang members can't stand dude, so he got
Who?
Floyd.
6ix9ine.
Yeah. And then Party Time came in. He said, "We gotta peep how many rappers Rollo, AR, AB, Jim Jones, now 6ix9ine, Feds on the rap game's neck. Big picture. You gotta look at the big picture."
Right.
And then Larry came in and said, "The Great Wall is what they called them." And then Chief Knuckles said, "I can't hear, homie." I mean, let us do a test. Can y'all hear what Righteous is saying? I mean, I know you can hear me because I haven't heard anything saying, but you can hear Righteous, can't you? It ain't no problem with hearing what he's saying, is it? I mean, I know I'm closer to the camera a little bit, but so you saying you can hear him, Larry? Can you hear him, Tight Daddy? I mean, I know he's not speaking right now, but yeah, this is live broadcasting is back on here.
All right.
But yeah. So far as let me see,
The mic up.
yeah, it's
That's
a
cool.
yeah. So I want to say the mic is right about here, so
Okay.
right over here. So yeah, I'm just testing out, doing the actual video. I mean, y'all been having
Audio.
audio for a while, so I figure some visuals of King Righteous would be a little bit of a treat today.
Right.
You know. Especially, I don't know. Usually, was it Lisa be up in here, and be a few little females running through here every now and then. So what did you feel about what Tight Daddy said about basically the feds got the rap it's on the rap game's neck, you know, with
Yeah. Yeah. He right. He right about that.
hmm,
Because the industry in
right,
particular got the rap game by its neck. They basically got everybody where they want them. They got it on lock. They got their selective few.
huh,
You feel me?
right,
Your Dr. Dre's and PDD's and all.
mm-hmm,
Sean Carter's. Yeah, they got them where they want them.
huh,
And but they're the puppet masters.
it's true,
Ain't no question.
mm-hmm,
Because if that wasn't the case, all the cats that we came up with, from Public Enemy, X Clan, and all the conscious rappers who's trying to send out positive messages,
right,
they got blackballed. They got, pushed out the industry. You know
mm-hmm,
what I'm saying? With quote unquote gangster rap, so to
right,
speak. You know what I'm saying? So they changed the the politics of the music and made it $1 billion industry.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now we pumping out more negativity than ever.
To feed our jail cells and
ain't no
things like
question.
that. Keep,
To feed the prison population.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all politics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So.
Now, Tight Daddy also came in and said, "Yo, P, I've been vegan for 5 years now."
That's what's up, man. that's what's up.
Right.
Like that in you. That's what, I'm not vegan, but I'm vegetarian.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for the next year. I'm shooting vegetarian all the way, cutting dairy products out.
Okay.
You know, mainly milk, you know, and all that, you know, stuff. But I still eat a little cheese and whatnot.
Right.
But yeah, no meats. I'm cutting the meats out of my diet.
Right.
You know, so that's where I'm at.
You said that's good, P.
Yeah, you know. Hey man, shit, you know, I'm almost there, man. You know, I ain't made it to the finish line yet, but you know, I ain't trying to give up now. You know.
Now, tell me this. I know Larry just said. He said, "Happy Thanksgiving." What's your take on Thanksgiving?
Well, you know, it's really, you know, a pagan holiday. You know, it's a European, you know, holiday that they, you know, made up, you know, because they were around here, you know, slaughtering the native Indians, you know.
Right.
So, I mean, if you study the history of that, you know, that holiday, then you probably wouldn't celebrate it either, you know. So, you know, because it was really about them conquering this land, you know, taking the heads of the chiefs and sitting down eating turkey. You know? So that's what that's about. So I don't partake in that, you know.
Now, to be clear, what you just said, you said taking the heads
You take the
of
head
the
of a chief. Yeah, that was it. Was really about, you know, once they conquered a certain tribe, you know, I can't recall exactly what tribe it was, but they conquered that head of the chief, and that's when they gave thanks. You know, that's when the pilgrims sat down and celebrated because they conquered this tribe. You know, and but I'm part native myself. You know what I'm saying? My mom, my grandmother got native blood, you know, Choctaw. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't acknowledge that. You know, some European pagan holiday that slaughtered our ancestors.
Right.
You know, and I know Tight Daddy, you know, being, you know, from Florida, he can elaborate even more, you know, because that's where the black native, the Seminoles, come from. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm leave it at that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Joe Frank was like, "Yes, sir," and then let me see. I guess Joe Frank was talking about what we were talking about earlier. If you could hear him or not, he said that's cool, Mac. Yeah, because he's saying it's kind of like the audio, but let's see. So, trying to think what else. So, okay, so far as, you know, the charges he's facing, I mean, you know, we just said, you know, they're showing everything on social medias and things like that. I mean, what can kind of reverse the curse in so many words, you know, from them?
You talking about the youngsters?
Yeah, the youngsters. Yeah.
Hey, man, knowledge of self. Yeah, we got to get in particular, the black youth. We have to get a thorough knowledge of self. We need I would say, like a total recall. Yeah, that's what we need. We need a rude awakening. You know.
You don't think all these, well, I was gonna say all these murders and things happening in these different states, that should be enough of a wake up call? But
it's been going on.
Yeah, true.
Right. It's been happening. Ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then again, we're tribal people. You know what I'm saying? I can't, you know, exit that out the equation because we are African people, for one, you know.
Right.
We're originals. We're natives. You know, we got all this in our DNA.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we are tribal. You know what I'm saying? So that means we could be very, you know, territorial.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Come from different parts of, you know, the United States or whatnot. You know, different islands. We're very, you know, territorial as a people. So as far as all of us coming together as a whole, you know, we wasn't that when we was in Africa. Okay?
Right.
Right. If you study the history, I mean, because when we was on them slave ships, We come from all different tribes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that there you go. So it's like,
It
you
mix
know,
us down like
it's
gumbo.
yeah, it's deeper, man. It's like, we just scratching the surface when we come to that topic, because we've been fighting for centuries. You know what I'm saying? Not to the degree where we're just fighting over colors or territory, or it was more, you know, on the continent. I was say it was more for land.
Right.
You know, it was more for what do you call it? For rulership, to rule over a certain land. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because it wasn't just about gangs and drugs and other shit we be doing, or women.
Hmm.
It was about land, territory,
Right.
or kingdoms. Another tribe conquering other tribes, to be, you know, a nation or whatnot. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So that's how deep it goes.
Now, we had Rashad come in. He said, "What's good?" Now, Chief Nako, he came with a comment. He said, "What's your take on the California fires? Do you believe it was legit nuclear or what?"
I mean, shoot, man, I hope it ain't the rapture. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, California, the West Coast itself is a dry state. You know, um, it's very. I mean, they get very little rain out there for one. So anything can spark a fire, not just a campfire or somebody. I mean, they say the electrical wires, just a little spark, basically can spark a fire. That's what
But
people.
but I want something to add to this. I want you to listen to what I'm thinking. A lot of people have been saying on a particular social media sites I've been on, they're thinking it's direct energy
Hmm.
weapons used by the government because they're showing from aerial views
Hmm.
where only the homes are burnt. It ain't a lot of forest part that's burnt. It's just the homes,
Oh
and it's
yeah.
all kind of trees around these homes, and they ain't burnt. So it's almost like a let's get this population up out of this particular area so
Right.
we can reclaim it for whatever we wanted to claim it for.
Well, I mean, I haven't looked that deep into it, but I know it's a whole bunch of Europeans. They don't relocate it
You're
because
right.
that area was a well-to-do area. It was
Right.
called Paradise,
Mhm.
Paradise, California. And that's Northern California. You know, where somewhat the rich. Then you got Chico. That's next door to it. That's on
Mhm.
fire. So I don't know, but I know a lot of acres. It's thousands of acres that done burn. You
Right.
know,
True.
so and a lot of people have been dispersed and whatnot. Then you got Malibu. I heard Malibu was on fire. That's a rich area in
Right.
California. So I don't know. It's just, man, that's just hard to say too, man. I wouldn't wish that on nobody.
Hmm.
To lose all their property. You know, things you've been working for all your life. You know what I'm saying? And you just up and lose it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I know. I mean, I've been in the game, going on 30 plus now, what I'm saying? So, it's like, I had a good run, so,
Right.
I can, throw in the towel, but I know I persevered,
Right.
and throughout my, hustling career,
Mhm.
I've accumulated things, what I'm saying? And I put it away, and it's like, I was just fortunate enough to make it, 3 decades in the game, what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And basically still, still have all my property, still
Right.
have the things I accumulated.
Right.
You feel me? So that's the best part.
Mhm.
You feel what I'm saying? Because I
Right.
could have came all this way, this journey, and lost everything or not gained nothing.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But I've been up, I've been down. You know what I'm saying? But the best part is I'm still around. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. So I'll say this. Let's go into this particular area. I'll get to some of the comments that came in. But when you said, you was in the game for so long,
right.
but it wasn't no I got out because I was facing something bad and it
You
scared me out
right,
or something
right.
like that.
Nah, man. It's just right. That's what I'm saying. This is like, you know, you're gonna go through your trials and your tribulations. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And people that know me can vouch for that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have your good, you're gonna have your bad. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You're gonna have your ups and downs. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But the best part, the key part to life, is persevering and bouncing back.
Right.
Even when you fall, you gotta get back up. You gotta
Mhm.
dust yourself off and either, get back on the horse and get to riding. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, uh, you know, but it's about growth and elevation. Accumulating something in life. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? That's what this is about.
Hmm.
So
Okay, I'm gonna get back to everybody's comment. I'm gonna skip back down to Chief Nako. He said, "What's the key to your longevity and your prosperity?"
man, health, good health, man.
Hmm.
I said that's been the key. To my longevity. Got me to the halfway mark in
Right.
my mid ages.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, I was raised in a southern household. So naturally I was raised on a southern diet. And when I say a southern diet, that's what we call soul food. Okay.
Hmm.
And if you study the history of that soul food, is really the main cause of our high blood pressures, uh, sugar diabetes, heart attacks, all the stuff that comes along with that, which is really it's high in you know saturated fat, cholesterol, and whatnot,
Right.
you know, which is really a slave diet,
Hmm.
just something that we accumulated because that's what they left us with, on the
Right.
plantations,
Hmm.
So I changed my diet as a young age, at a young age, probably 17, 18 years old.
Hmm.
I just switched it up, stopped eating all that stuff, the hog mogs and
Right. Right.
the ham hocks and just all that stuff that is bacon. It's just not good for it.
Hmm.
The pig, period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then as I got older and got wiser, I just you know cut a lot of stuff out of my diet and
Hmm.
started eating better. So like I said, I'm at a good ripe old age. You know what I'm saying? Where it's working for me. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And that's what we all got to do. We got to become more conscious of our health. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just what we put into our bodies. It's about what we put into our minds also.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to put some food for thought.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Put something in your head. You know what I'm saying? Pick up a book, read, learn something.
Right.
Venture outside your little comfort zone or outside your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And basically, the more you know, the further you go.
Right.
So
Now, y'all might have to cut this off soon because it's already trying to register a low charge. So let me try to get these comments in. Tight Dad said, we can come together, y'all. Show you example. Brothers and sisters can work at Ford and be Christians, Moors, Hebrews, Muslims, but we can't get along for our own cause.
hmm
And then Chief Nako said, leaves on trees, but cars melted when we was talking about the fires out there in Cali.
right.
And then he said, every year they have fires and it's getting worse.
hmm
Man versus nature. And then
Right.
Larry said, did you finally see that Snoop got his Hollywood
The
star?
start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that today.
And then Chief, I'm getting Party Time said, I know he's 100 real player talking about you. And then he said, we watched my father eat pork till his death. Couldn't tell him nothing.
Right. Right. So basically, man, it's like if we know better, we'll do better.
Right.
And just like my motto is each one teach one.
Mm-hmm.
I can't, I can't save the world. I don't think I was put here on commission to save the world, but I can save myself.
Right.
I can save, maybe hopefully I can save somebody in my family.
Right.
But the key is, they gotta lend an ear.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta want to know. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But if they don't want to know, it ain't nothing you can tell them.
Right.
Because they're gonna feel like, hey, that's what I've been doing. My mama was doing, daddy was doing it,
Right.
so I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm
They're
saying?
scared to break through the generational curses.
Right, right. So yeah, man. So that's what y'all do, man. Just stay on top of
Oh,
your
oh,
game.
oh, oh.
And
Ty Daddy put up his number for you. Hold on,
got
y'all.
it.
I'll mute this real quick. Hey y'all, let me go grab this charger real quick so we can keep this live going. Hold on a second, I'm gonna throw it on mute.
You need this
Okay,
light.
yeah. We back.
Back live in the MPLS.
Right. Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, he got your number now,
Yeah, I
Tight
got
Daddy.
you,
So
P.
you locked in.
Yep.
So let me see. Yeah, so what do you think about Snoop getting that star?
I mean, it's a good thing, you know. He on a walk of fame now.
Yeah.
You know, he done paid his dues, you know.
Hmm.
You know, got his name written in stone. You know, I mean, he's monumental. I remember back in '93, he made that statement too. He said, I'm destined to be, you know, one of the best rappers that ever did it, you know. He said, I might not be the best, but he said, I'm going to be one of them.
Hold on a second. We back. We just had to make some adjustments. Okay, Chief Knockerhole said Juju said he is down to do that interview as well regarding fashion. Okay.
What's that?
Yeah, I guess he must be talking to me.
Okay. But
Okay.
yeah, but
Yeah.
Snoop, he got it going on, man. He done made it, you know. Basically made it to the top.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's monumental now. That's all that means, you know.
Right.
You got your name in Hollywood on Hollywood Boulevard, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Star down that shit. You monumental, man.
Right.
It's like being at having your face up on Mount Rushmore. You feel me?
Hmm.
You know, so I ain't mad at it.
What's going on? What's that? Okay.
Is it on?
Yeah, it should be on now. Okay. Just some little technical issues we'll work through. Okay.
Is it on?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay.
So. Let me see. So essentially, you know, we done. I mean, I titled it "Areas of Skull Gang," and that's what you essentially what we essentially been laying down something for your skull to where you could pull up and recall at certain moments that you need to recall it at. That's what I'm speaking
Right.
on saying. But
You got no more questions?
not yet. Any more questions? Any more questions? Throw them up there. Bat them up off the park. I know y'all be like, man, you seem unprepared, Rick. I usually kind of try to do things freestyle, so whatever we thinking about, I just come off the top of my dome. But with me trying this, operating this camera and still trying to operate, reading these comments, it's like I'm doing everything.
Right.
I guess, in this generation of multitasking,
How
you're
long we been
expected
on?
to be
We've
on.
been on like 30 minutes.
Let me see. Let me see. Yep, 35 minutes. Been on. Oh, I was gonna say, what happened with the? A lot of people were asking about the brother you had on the last time that
Son,
yeah.
uh, he around.
Hmm. And actually got a lot of response off that one too. If you had seen
So if somebody filming something live, you can go on YouTube and punch into it'll be on live, right?
it, what do you mean?
Like if you like what we're doing now, it's on YouTube live.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know.
yeah,
See, I'm still learning this shit too. For real.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
You live right now.
right.
Whatever they throw up there, you know, this is in real time. This ain't in on delay mode.
Yeah, I'm old school too, man.
Mm.
I'm borderline old school and leader of the new school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
So, okay, I was saying before we start having these technical issues, back to, you know, like you said, you just transitioned out of what you were doing.
Out of the life, man.
Right.
And man, is you right? And it's not like okay, if you're in the game or whatever, because I don't tried it, 1,000 times. Like, oh, I'm just gonna stop. I ain't doing this no more, and it don't work because if it's meant, whatever you're doing, if it's meant for you, that's what you're gonna do
Right.
until you retire, basically,
Mm-hmm.
until you just be like, man, you exhaust yourself from it. But it's not something you just can change overnight. You know what I'm saying, so to speak. You know, basically, how can I define it? Who you are is who you are.
Right.
Who you were born to be is what you was born to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just like I tell some cats, the game ain't for everybody.
Huh.
Right, it's that simple.
Right.
Maybe you was born to be a football player. That's not saying that. If you good at football, don't mean you need to be on a basketball court.
But now, when
You
you
know?
say it ain't for them, now, if they've been having success in it, like you said, you sometimes you like, I want to put it down, but you just can't.
Right.
It is a point that it comes to someone like, now it's time to stop this. I don't reach this point, and it's
Right.
time to
That's what I'm
stop.
saying. I mean, you got cats. That's just like I said, you being in the athletic world, right?
Right.
If you playing, you in the NFL or the NBA or whatnot. If you're boxing, like your man Floyd Mayweather, for
Right.
instance. He's the best that did it. Got away with it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, undisputed. He's like he ain't lost no fights, whatever. However you want to call it, however you want to put it.
Right.
Man's 50-0, undefeated.
Mm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the richest boxers ever.
Huh.
So, but he reached a point, a level in his career where he's like, man, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
What else can I do?
Right.
But in the same sense, he is who he is.
Right.
He loves it. What he does, he was born. Actually, he was born to do what he do. So
Okay.
what he's saying now, oh man, I might come back. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I might come back and have fight Pacquiao.
Right.
It'd be a big money deal. So basically, he's like, so what I'm saying is, what you're made of and what's in you, only you have to manifest that. You got to bring it out again. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Now, tell me this. This can kind of correlate to maybe some people in whatever they're doing. Think of like Barry Bonds. You gave the example of Floyd Mayweather, but
Right.
Barry Bonds, he was at the peak of his game and got hella records, but they essentially put him out the game. Like,
Right.
nobody's picking
Right.
him up. You
Right.
retired. Nobody's picking you up.
Right. Well, Barry Bonds, the same thing. I mean, he played the game till he couldn't play it no more.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't quit just because he wanted to quit because he was blackballed.
Right.
Okay. So now they're fighting now. There's cats that that played with the Giants, like saying, man, this man should be in the Hall of Fame
Mm-hmm.
because that's how good he was.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So you can't change the tiger's stripes. You know what I'm saying? You can't change the leopard's spots. What's in you, what you're made of, is what you're made of.
Right.
So there's some cats places like you shouldn't. Somebody need to redirect that energy and say, hey man, like the youngsters.
Mm-hmm.
They out here causing all types of havoc and doing, raising hell and whatnot,
Right.
and mayhem. Somebody got pulled them to the side and say, "Hey, man, this is not good for your health."
Right.
You feel me?
Hmm.
Right. I mean, and then run the list.
Now tell me this. Now what? Okay, a lot of youngsters, a lot of some people that's older too, face a lot of beefs. Which ways to handle that? To the the peace treaty that out.
To face beef.
Yeah. Like I'm saying, like okay, we're running into this. How can we? You know, the best way to go about this where it ain't gonna be casualties. That's what I'm
Hey
saying.
man, well like I said, that's a thin line between that because as we both know,
Hmm.
like when somebody got opposition and
Right.
you got enemies, especially if someone to harm somebody close to you
Right.
or in your family
Hmm.
or whatever, naturally it's gonna be retaliation.
Right.
It's natural. That comes along with it. So, and that's what's happening. See, a lot of cats that's not in these streets,
Hmm.
that ain't out, hearing that's what's happening when it jump off, when shit crack off. It's because he had something to do with my cousin,
Right.
little JoJo getting smoked or
Right.
baby, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So they see each other.
Right.
Minneapolis ain't that big, and ain't nowhere for us to go. So the little spots we do go to, the opposition run into each other,
Hmm.
and that's when it jumps off.
Mm.
That's what I've been hearing, So, you know, and I'll slide through the streets every now and then, ain't, afraid of our youngsters. I'll get out there
Hmm.
and I put my ear to the street and they talk to me. I
Right.
mean, that's the thing. If they see older cat or whatever, you respectable, you present yourself a certain way, you know, out of a respectful way, they're gonna talk to you.
Right.
They ain't gonna be like, "Oh, fuck that old ass nigga." No, man, for real.
Right.
They gonna be like, "Hey, man, yeah,
Hmm.
or what up, Unc? Or what up, old school." They're gonna show you that level of respect
Right.
because they see you showing them a level of respect,
Hmm.
even as youngsters, and you lending them an ear.
Right.
And a lot of the youngsters are crying, for help. They're crying out for somebody to listen to them or hear what they going through. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So I guess, the Most High, God, Allah has, blessed me or put me in a position to, I got the will to go amongst them. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? I talk to them. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And I listen to them. And if I can, I teach what I know to those that don't know. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I show them what I know or what I've learned. You know what I'm saying? My short period on this planet.
Huh.
That's my duty to
Right.
teach what I know to those that don't know.
Now I'm gonna go back to Chief Nakaho's comment. I'm gonna go into it a little bit different. Okay. Now, as far as prosperity and when you were saying be able to keep all your stuff, I mean, once you kept everything that you kept, was it kind of hard from making that transition of having it your way, acquiring things and then just kind of leveling off and like, okay, I just, I'm at this level right now, but I still got everything that, I attained from the game or whatever.
Was it hard to do what? No.
When you were moving
Make,
in circles that was, things was, kind of moving like this versus when you kind of transition and kind
well,
of
that's
started moving in ways where, maybe it wasn't as fast as when you say I can't put this down because I'm getting it like this now that I done made moves out of this. I got to get used to, you know.
I mean, that's been a process. I mean, that's been a roller coaster from the late '80s to now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or the '90s to now. It's a process of life.
Right.
You live. You grow. You try to develop yourself. You know you try to restructure your life and do different things. So we go through channels. We go
Right.
through your channels in life. You know what I'm saying? So basically now, like I said, man, like anybody that know me, you know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Titan, he know me. It's just like, when you move and groove, you know what I'm saying? It's like when you're a hustler, you ain't got time to sit down. My kids will tell you that.
Right.
And that he was always on the go. You
Huh.
know what I'm saying? So now I'm at the point stage in my life where all this stuff I've accumulated, like, because, I told you, a storage, I've had a storage space for 25 years.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, that's when I first got storage in '93,
Mm.
and and once I reached the end of that run, then it's like then man, now it's time. Once you reach that point in your life, and you just like, man, here I am.
Right.
Now I still got things I've accumulated. So bam, you know, I gotta put this in perspective.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Now, Chief, he came back, I guess, to clarify, what he was speaking on. He said, the question is, King Righteous, when did you discover your true self and that the life was your calling? Can you describe the events that led up to that decision to go hard or go home?
When I discovered my true self.
Yeah. I guess when once what made you take steps to get into life or
Get
whatever.
on in the game.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, that's easy, man. I was born in the game.
Okay.
I was born. Hey, I'm saying like my cats. Master A said it. I was born to roll.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm from Cook County, Illinois. My birth certificate say, you know, well, I think it was Roosevelt Hospital, one of the old hospitals they had down there.
Right.
From the west side, I remember, I think I was probably one or two. I was a youngster. One of my most prominent memories, is opening up the refrigerator and not seeing anything in it but a stick of butter and a pitcher.
Mm.
Okay? Yeah. And and I ate that stick of butter before somebody else ate it.
Mm.
My sisters be tripping like, man, you remember that? Because I was a little shorty.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that. And I think that's when my, you know, my life of, hustling or, basically started.
Right.
Coming from basically the have not.
Yeah, from them steps,
Coming
them
from,
early
yeah,
steps.
right. Coming from not having,
Right.
And like my man said, the field of dreams. When I was standing in a parking lot on the west side of Chicago, right,
Mm-hmm.
on a blanket. I don't know if I showed you that picture.
Nah.
Yeah, I was a little shorty on the west side of Chicago, standing on a blanket. While some cats was behind me doing something, throwing rocks and ducking, and then I was on a blanket with a record player and a book.
Hmm.
Yeah, as a shorty. I might find a picture for you. But just coming, your environment is what shapes you.
Right.
It's what molds you, into who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, came to Minnesota. My mom separated from my dad. My uncle, took me under his wing because
Mm-hmm.
I was staying with my grandmother. My mom, she was out there. My mama was out there.
Right.
Okay. My uncle took me under his wings at 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My uncle was a pool shark.
Right.
He showed me the ropes. That's when my life of hustling began.
Right.
When my uncle was showing me different things. That's at 5 and 6 years old.
Okay.
Okay. So as I grew older, it just stuck with me.
Hmm.
Put it in that terms. You know. So I was already seasoned. Once I became 11 and 12 years old,
Right.
I jumped off the porch. I went downtown or moved around
Hmm.
and got into stuff.
Right.
And that basically seasoned me for who I am today.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Look, that's me.
Mm.
So right. No, that's how I was already on the. So basically, from then to now,
Right.
you see all the stuff I've accumulated. I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about information.
Right.
This is all I've saved throughout my career.
Right.
It's books, tapes, CDs, DVDs, cassette tapes, you name it.
Right.
I had a whole storage full of this stuff.
So essentially, when Chief Knuckleholes said about go hard or go home.
Mhm.
The drive was not having to get to that position where you have to eat that stick of butter ever again in life.
Right. Right.
From
Mhm.
your little shorty days is what
Right.
you're saying.
So basically, it's like what I'm saying is I was seasoned.
Hmm.
I was seasoned for the game.
So you would say back in those days, really like you know your uncle, he was, since you said he was a
You pull a shark. He
pool
was a
shark.
hustler. He was
Right,
just
but I'm
straight
saying
just right.
he's one that was putting things on your head too on how to
Oh, ain't no
have it.
question. Yeah, most without a doubt. Had me doing all types of little licks. You know what I'm saying? Little
Huh.
shorty.
Right.
And my mama knew it
Hmm.
because my mama was a hustler. So I was seasoned. Basically, I'm saying I was seasoned for the game, and it started, as a little young lad. I was a youngster. So as I grew or came up, you know, um, I just, it just became a part of me. The game became a part of me. I was attracted to it, but also became addicted to it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's when I guess, yeah, and then my family. I guess when I really went hard, it's like my family. Family wasn't able to, to move and groove like I was able to move. So that became, that was bestowed upon me.
Okay.
It become more like, you know, the godfather, so to speak. I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? The head of the family.
Right.
And that's my story.
Huh.
So
Yeah, I guess that knocks out any inquiries. Oh, maybe King Righteous had the silver spoon in his mouth
no,
or
no,
something.
no,
Maybe it's always been sweet for him or
nah,
something.
nah. I had to grind for mine, man.
Huh.
For real.
Man. I don't know if ain't nobody got any more added questions. Hey, this we've been on. Let me see, 51 minutes. We done dipped into some various areas that hopefully can spark something within your life or someone else's life to give them that upliftment push, whatever they're
Right.
trying to do. Let me see. I'll let it run till, let me see, maybe 54 minutes. If you ain't got no more questions, whatever, we're gonna end this one. I think it's been a pretty good live stream. Y'all got to
We
lay
go.
eyes on King
We
Righteous.
can go 10 more minutes.
Oh,
What is
10
it?
more
Yeah,
minutes.
10 more.
Okay.
10 more. Yeah.
I mean, you got something you want to speak on? If because
Oh,
you know how you try to
yeah.
answer they
Right.
comments and
That's
stuff,
right.
but you got
I
something to say
mean,
too.
if you got something, you want to ask me,
Yeah.
just throw it out there.
Okay.
So, but it's
Well,
good. Life is good though, man. It's just like life is what you make it. I mean, I wouldn't change nothing. In the world from how I was raised. I actually was able to live out, my childhood.
right.
A lot of these young. That's another thing. I mentioned that a lot of youngsters are not able to live out their childhood. They got to grow up before their time. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
That's
So,
true.
and I was able to experience being an adolescent and being a teenager. You know what I'm saying? And not having to grow up and do things or take on responsibilities before my time.
Right.
Even in my 20s, I had a good, I had a good run. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Because by the time I was 21, I was in the game.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? I was getting my feet wet.
Hmm.
So I had a good run. So when I was in my 30s, I was in my second childhood because I was having plenty of money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I got in my 40s, I was on cruise control.
Yeah.
So it's all good. So I made it, to the shore safe. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, man, I had a good run, man. And
Huh.
I could bow out gracefully.
Now Chief Nyko came back. He said, "What's some of the pitfalls we all should look out for in the 2018 and beyond?"
Well, it's about to be
Yeah,
2019.
that's what I'm saying. That's why
Right.
I said beyond.
Yeah, 2019 is coming up now, man. Shit, this year is almost over.
Hmm.
So, I mean, we just got to acknowledge, our ups and our downs and, the things that was like a setback.
Yeah, and I'll say
Yeah,
I add
yeah.
this undealt with issues that you got going on with yourself that you ain't dealing with.
Right,
That's the main one right there. Because if you keep carrying those on into the next year, you still gonna have the same results from not dealing with them.
right, right. So, mainly, the pitfalls out here, man. It's just, keeping the haters out your way.
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
Right.
people that's envious and jealous of you.
Right.
Don't want to see you rise.
Hmm.
And that goes on both sides, from male and female. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's just like, if you got folks that's genuinely, down with you, care about you, people that's in your circle, you gotta treat them right. You gotta take care of, your peoples, man. Family.
Right.
That's what I consider family. Family don't necessarily mean, you're biological. It could be, people that's around you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's down with you, want to help you, see you rise, want to see you get to that next level in life.
Mm-hmm.
Those are people you got to be down with. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of snakes out here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Now, speak up, because I mean, I know you kind of. I don't want to go on specifics, but
Mm-hmm.
for the female tip, like where they can be a downfall and trying to throw a monkey wrench in your program.
Well, yeah. Well, females is more like, they like the spiders in the bed. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you can get in the bed with a female and get caught up in her web. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, a female, that's that's another topic, man. That's just like, man, a woman. It's just like you really gotta know who you're dealing with.
Right.
When you get you a woman, man, you gotta know that woman's sincere, she's true, and she's with you. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And I don't mean just being with you because she ain't, you know, uh, involved with nobody else. Because a woman can be with you, a woman can marry you, and be with somebody else.
Right.
Okay, you feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when I say if that woman's with you, that means she has your best interest
Right.
at hand, and she's willing to ride and be down for you. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Whatever it takes. You
Mm.
feel me?
Right.
That's game. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you down, she want to see you up.
Right.
She gonna do what she gotta do to help you get back on your feet and be right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the one you can't, dog her out or treat her bad, and that's the one that's really riding for you. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? But then you trying to get out here and catch something, that ain't really with you, or something with a big butt and a smile, and you think that's gonna be, your side piece when that's the one that's really out to get you.
Hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's just on that tip. But like I said, as far as the snakes in the grass, when the grass cut low, the snakes show. You know what I'm saying? So you can have all types of cats around you, smiling in your face, and
Mm-hmm.
they down with you because you're on top or you're up.
Right.
But let you fall.
Hmm.
But you're gonna see who your real friends and family members are. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? So
So, hopefully he covered with your particular comment on that you had, Chief Nagaho. Let me see. You still there, Larry? You still there, Shad? I'm trying to check to see who was all still up in the room. Joe Frank.
man,
There's so
yeah.
many people up in here.
I sure been through some trials, boy, with a couple women in the
Hmm.
last,
Yeah, Chief
3, 4
Nagaho
years.
said thank you, my brother.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Huh.
Glad to share a little bit of game with you.
Right.
But because man, that woman, that's probably your best prized possession, man. You get you the right woman, man. You can't lose.
Right.
I mean, that's just my opinion, man. But you
You can
gotta,
run into a Delilah.
yeah, you get right. That's what I'm saying. You bump into the wrong woman, man, you're gonna have some problems. She's gonna bring all types of problems to your life. So they can elevate you. They can be good. They can be bad for you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it all comes down to the choice you make and what type of woman you choose to have in your life,
Right.
and the woman you choose to have by your side. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, would you say, where a lot of people may make mistakes because, maybe they're living kind of not so swell and they reach to a female out of desperation, but really
Well, right,
she's
right.
not really the one, but,
I'm glad
you on desperate
right,
moves.
I'm glad you mentioned that because basically all that is circumstances.
Mm.
It's not so much that she's not the one. My thing is what I've learned in the last, 8 years. Everything happens for a reason, and
Mm-hmm.
everything happens in seasons.
Mm.
See, so just because you're with a person, that don't necessarily mean you're gonna be together forever. And to death do us part. It doesn't mean that.
Right.
It just means she could be there for that season,
Mm-hmm.
for whether it's a year, or 2 years or 4 years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She's there for a reason, and she's there for that season.
Mm.
So then she might decide she want to go her way, and you might decide you want to go your way. Whatever the case may be, it serves its purpose for that time.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So nothing, don't happen just for no reason. It happens for a reason. There's a reason why you hooked up with that person, and it's because of the circumstances.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I've had experiences with that. You know what I'm saying? People, it's not, matrimony. It can just be macaroni. You know what I'm saying? And you just throw some cheese on it. Right. So, it's real, man. So circumstances can cause you to deal with people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. So, and that's been the case for me. With me. In my situation, like I told you, I was down on my luck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Catching the bus and, and, sleeping on couches and, couch surfing as they call it, and, jumping from spot to spot. But that's when I learned the real.
Right.
That's when I learned who was really down with me.
Right.
And who was really like, man.
So you're saying really when you're up and you're doing good and you're having things your way, it's really hard to learn then because it's like
you can't see the snakes.
Right.
Yeah, when you're up, the grass is up. See what I'm saying?
Right.
The snakes, you can't see them. But you cut the grass low, when you down on your luck, they show. They're like, nah, we ain't, we out to get you. We ain't really with you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I've had those experiences, man. It's just like, but it's a blessing. It's a blessing to me because now that I am back on my feet.
Right.
I remind those who was around. Say, yeah, you didn't open the door for me when I was outside.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't see cats roll past me on the bus stop. It was 20 below zero out here. The so-called homeboys.
Right.
I'm standing on the bus stop. They roll right past me.
You
know what I'm saying? But all praises due to Allah. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's my attitude. Like,
right.
Hey man, I was born in this world without you. I'm gonna leave without you.
Right.
You
That's for everybody.
Yeah. So I'm still standing.
Now Ron Mack came in and says synchronization. I guess with having a connection with whatever female. You got to be in tune with that.
You got to be in tune with her. Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to be.
See, I think a lot of people get it twisted. They push the line. They push the line where they think, oh, I could, put her on pause while I'm just, having my fun doing whatever, and that's how you end up, blowing something that could potentially been a good thing for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you get a woman on your team and she's gonna ride, she wanna score some points. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put her in the game, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't telling you to be no square and just be no one woman man or nothing. I'm just saying, whatever you can handle, man.
Right, whatever you can handle.
Every man can't handle two women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even, just throw that out there. I ain't gonna just tell you to, go be no polygamist because if you can't handle your girlfriend, man, ain't no need for you trying to get you two women.
Right.
That's like playing with fire, man. Straight up. So, but if it's in you, it's in you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you might be a master. You might know how to juggle.
Yeah, to juggle.
Right. If you know how to juggle, man, then you could, get them.
Right.
You feel me? Handle your business, man. So I'm definitely trying to build me a squad.
Yeah, Larry said real talk.
2019.
19.
That's why I'm about to start campaigning, man. Look for me some first round draft picks. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever's looking promising.
Exactly. So it's all about putting your game in effect. You know what I'm saying? And and make so you can make your life better for yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You and like I said,
those around you.
Those around you.
Right. Let me see. Yeah, we done went into 64. So yeah, we done did an extra 10 minutes, like you said. So hey. This been a good live. Hey, y'all got to see King RYCHUS in action.
That's right.
We sitting in his one of his tools right here, and hey, check in again. Next time, hopefully, I have something more what's the word I'm looking for? More formulated. This was kind of just off the cuff. I just called him up, hit his line like, hey, you wanna do one? He's like, for sure, and he slid through on me. So I just threw this all together in one instance. So.
Right. This is just a freestyle.
Right.
Yeah,
freestyle as always.
Off the dome.
Right. But we about to head out. I'm glad y'all tuned in. Hey, get them likes up too. You know, I see so many, but you know, and then people on a replay. Hey, leave them comments. It's okay to leave comments to whatever you heard within this particular live stream. But we up.
Right. Peace.